Hello everyone, welcome back to Kweku Online Study. Today I want to do something a little different, by looking at extended maths. I just finished this worksheet in class with my students and I think it would be nice if I actually solve it and then put it out there so that anyone who wishes to benefit from it can view the video, and then enjoy it. So today I want us to talk about, histogram. And I compiled this worksheet because I felt, it contains everything that you need to know under IGCSE histogram. Okay. So take a minute and then consider this example, but know that the worksheet is under the video. So you can check the description and then, print it out and then work alongside with me. Okay. Since this is graph work, you need to get your hands a little dirty. So yeah, print it. Now, when you consider this particular graph, we could see that yes, is a frequency density against the mass. And now, a few things that I want to, help you understand is that we don't plot the mass against frequency. No, we plot it against frequency density because these weights have different, dimensions, and therefore we like to use frequency density to kind of bring it to equilibrium, kind of make sense out of the whole thing. Therefore, what you want to do is to first have at the back of your mind that when we say frequency density, it is the frequency over the class width. Okay. So, well, to have it in full, we can just say frequency, all right, over class width. All right. So when we say class width, we're basically talking about the length of each rectangle. For example, from 0 all the way to 30 or from 60 all the way to 70. So this will have a class width of 30. This will have a class width of 10. So that's basically what we're talking about. The width of each bar is the class width. Okay. Now, whenever they have drawn it for you, and they ask you to, for example, show that there are 12 apples within this interval, what they are actually looking for is the frequency within this interval. Normally, they will give you the frequency, but sometimes they can ask you to get the frequency. Okay. Now, if this is the case, what happens is that the area of each block becomes the frequency. However, if you're a little bit mechanical and you feel like, well, isn't there a formula to use to get it? Sure, there is. Remember, I told you that frequency density is the frequency over the class. So if you want frequency, then you can say frequency is equal to the frequency density times the class. So you can also use this argument. That is someone who just wants a formula to work with. If not, just find the areas of these blocks and then add them up and then you get your various frequencies. Okay. Now, the first one, they want us to work for 70 to 100. So that is this rectangular sheet right here. So you can find the area of this and you're good to go. Or you can use the frequency density times the class. So suppose that you want to use that, frequency would be the height of it is 0.4. That's its frequency density times its class width. And the class width is from 70 to 100. So that has a length of what? About 30, right? Now, if you multiply 30 by 0.4, I'm sure you're going to get 12. Okay. So that's how we work with questions like these. Now, if you wanted to use the area, you could have just found this to be 30. Okay. And this is 0.4. So you just length times breadth. That will also bring you back to the 12. So it doesn't matter which one really makes sense to you because in both cases, you should get the same answer. All right. Now, they want you to find what? The mean of these 39 apples. Well, to find the mean of these 39 apples, you actually need the various frequencies and then you also need the midpoints because these are actually intervals. I don't want to work this thing all together at a go because it might confuse us. So I kind of want to take it a little bit slow here. But then those of you who have the idea, I mean, you can just give it a try using probably a shortcut to see if you get the same answer. All right, so the first thing I want you to have at the back of your mind is that we have a mass, okay, and then we have let's call it mass and against frequency, okay. So we have we can create this here and then this there. Nice one. Now your mass, we have from 0 all the way to 30. That's the first block. The second block is from 30 all the way to 50. The third block is from 50 to 60. No, yeah, 50 to 60. Followed by from 60 to 70. Then we have 70 to 100. So we can close it nicely like this. Now to get the various frequencies, I told you that is the various what areas of it. So the first one, you are going to have 0.1 times, because this is 0.1. Okay, so 0.1 times 30, and that's going to give us a frequency of 0.1 times 30, that's 3. And then the next one, we have the distance here is just 20, and then the bar here is 0.3, right? So we can have 20 times 0.3. So that'll be 20 times 0.3, and that's 6. So you can put 6 there. The next is going to be, this bar has 10 here, and the height is 1. Sure, so that we have 10 times 1, which is 10. Then we have 60 to 70 has a bar of 10 here. Then the height is 0.8, so we can work with that. 0.8 times 10, giving us 8. Then finally, we did this one, we got 12. Now, if you sum all your frequencies, you get 39. You should check it out. 3 plus 6 plus 10 plus 8 plus 12, yes, 39. If you don't get 39, you've made a mistake, okay? Because they told you that you are dealing with 39 apples. Right, the next thing that you want to do is to find your midpoints. Okay, so you just add this value. Oh, let me change the color. You add this value to that value, and then you divide by 2. So this should be 15, right? And then now you have 30 plus 50, that is 80, divided by 2, that should be 40. Then you have 50 plus 60, that's 110, divided by 2, 55. Then you have 60 plus 70, that's 130. 130, that should be 65. And then you have 70 plus 100, 170 divided by 2, that should be 85. Okay, so we can find the mean now. So our mean is the frequencies times, you see, we normally use this formula, the sum of frequency times x values over what? The sum of frequency. So that's the kind of idea we're going to use now. So frequency is 3, we have 15, we have 6, we have 4, we have 10, we have 55, we have 8, we have 65, and then we have 12, we have 85. Okay, all this divided by 39. That's the sum of the total of that. Okay, and now we just solve it. So we're going to get 3 into this, plus 6 into 40, plus 10 into 55, plus 8 into 65, plus 12 into 85, divided by 39, giving us 60.9. Okay, so that's how we find it with 5 marks, But then you see, I was able to create our own, table from this data, so that it can become visible. It can become something that you can fully comprehend. Yeah, so this is something that we can do. All right, the next thing is they are telling us that the mean, let me change the color. The mean of 20 oranges is this, and then the mean of 19 oranges. Why 19? Because 1 orange was eaten, right? Is that. So you want to find the mass of the orange that was eaten, no problem. So find the total mass when you had 20 oranges, find the total mass of 19 oranges, and then subtract, that gives you the one that was eaten, right? Sure, so that's what we're going to do. Now, you have to understand that when we say the mean, that means on average, each orange is weighing around 70 grams, okay? So if you have 20 and you want to find the total, then just multiply it. All right, so you're going to have so let me call it mass of 20 oranges. That should give us 20 times the 70, giving us 1400. And then we have mass of 19 oranges. That should be 19 times 70.5. So what would that be? That's 1970.5. That's 1339.5. So orange eating has a mass of, we'll have a mass of this guy less that guy, and that should be 60.5, I believe. 1400 minus my answer is 60.5. Yeah. So this is how we solve a question like this. Okay. All right. Then comes our next question. This is great because you have the table. I mean, we can breathe here. They are telling us that we should write down the modal time interval. So you want to, mode is the highest frequency, right? Is the observation with the highest frequency. So you come to the highest frequency, that's 19. But what gave that 19? Well, it is this interval. So that is what you're looking for, which is 35 less t less or equal to 40, 1 mark. It's 1 mark because you can just see and write it. There's no calculation involved. But I want you to find a mean, right? So basically, you just want to go and find your x values, okay, or call them midpoints. So you add the 25 to the 20, you divide that by 2, and that should give you 22.5. And the next thing that you want to do is to have 25 plus 30, then you divide that 2 by 2. That should give you 27.5. So 30 plus 35 divided by 2, 32.5. So 35 plus 40 divided by 2, that should give us 37.5. I know by now you are seeing a trend that should be 42.5, 47.5. It's not always so that you see a trend. Okay, why? Because check this one out. When we were finding the x values right here, you could see at these values you couldn't see any visible trend in there. Okay, but in this one it does have a trend. But the point is, just add them and divide by 2, add them and divide by 2. It's easier, it takes few seconds, you're done. Okay, all right, the next thing is we want to write mean is equal to, we have 2 into this plus 6 into that plus 7 into 32.5, 19 into 37.5, 9 into 42.5, and then 7 into 47.5, all over the total, which is 50 chefs. Okay, and then we're good to go. So I have 2 into 22.5, 6 into 27.5, 7 into 32.5, 19 into 37.5, 9 into 42.5, 7 into 47.5. Okay. Yes, we get 37.3. In exam, I will double check my answer, but on YouTube, no, I will not, because I know that even if there's a mistake, you guys will comment it down there. So, in exam, I suggest you double check your answer, okay? Because no one is there to tell you that, hey, my guy, you made a mistake, okay? So double check your answer. Put it on the calculator twice, just to make sure that you are right. Okay. Now they want us to complete this. So they want us to get the frequency from 20 all the way to 35. Let's go and check that. 20 to 35. So 20 start from here, 35 up to here. Oh no, actually up to here, 35. You are not going to use this particular range, this one, because this is greater than 35, which means 35 is not inclusive. So you just have 2 plus 6 plus 7, and that gives you 15. Oh, sorry about that. Let's get rid of this guy. 15. So this is 15. The next is 35 to 40. Let's check what's there. That's 19. And finally, 40 to 50. So 40 all the way to 50, you have 9, 7. So that's 9 plus 7, giving you 16. Okay, so now that we've completed the table, we have only one mark because it's easy. They want us to now what? Sketch this, thing here, right? So since I want to sketch it in, zoom it like this and sketch, okay, this is really good. So let us, get our data. We actually need a frequency density. So let's calculate that. Even if you forget, it's here. It tells you that don't plot just frequency, but plot against frequency density. So FD, all right, is the frequency divided by the class, okay, or the class width. So this is 15 divided by this class width, and the class width in this case is from 20 to 35, and that has a difference of 15. So you have 1. And this one you have 19 over class width of 5, and this should be 3.8. Hold on. I remember this value in class, but then let me double check it. Yes, 3.8. And then we have 16 over 10, right? We have 1.6. So now I want to just write 20 to 35 has 1, and I want to write 35 to 40 has 3.8, and then 40 to 50 has 1.6. Sure. So that we can, look on it and then plot it nicely. All right. We can even zoom in a little, Sure. Okay. So let's see. We want to work with 20 to 35. So that will be all the way to here. We want to have 1. Please use ruler, okay? In your exam, don't use freehand like I'm doing. Use ruler. That would be nice. And okay, we done. So the next one is from 35 to 40. So just add to here. And that one has a height of 3.8. Therefore, there's a skill that you need to know. Check this. You have 10 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 boxes is giving you a value of 1. Therefore, 1 box is just 1 over 10, telling you 0.1. So now that you know the value of 1 tiny box, you can really do accurate sketches here. Okay. So you are going to 3.8. That's just 2 points off the 4 mark. So you should be here. Okay, and then you join nicely right there. Okay, like that with ruler, okay, and pencil. All right, the next thing that we do is from 40 to 50, and that's 1.6. So we have 40 to 50. This is 50. This is 1.5. 1.6 is right there. Okay, you're done. Nicely like that. You don't need to shade it. You're an adult. When we used to be in middle school, we were shading stuff. Here, just move on. You need more time to finish your P4. You don't need to waste time shading the sky. Just move on. Is it wrong to shade? No. But is it a good idea to shade? No. Because I feel like you're wasting time. Okay. So that question is gone. Yeah, we're done with that. So that brings us to this guy. Says that find the mean, find the median, find the mode. So let's see how we go about that. Well, the mean is going to be 10 times 11 plus 8 times 12 plus 16 times 13 plus 11, 14 plus 5, 15 plus, no, actually 7, 15, sorry. 816, 617, 918. All over. The total frequency, they did not give us that. Why not? I hate to look for the frequency. They have to tell us in the preamble, so that you will just look at it and write it down. Yeah, sometimes I'm a little lazy. Okay, so this total is 75 according to my calculation. Could be wrong, double check yours. Okay, so but it wouldn't hurt for me to double check mine as well. So let me double check. Sure, 75. Okay, so we have 10 into 11 plus 8 into 12 plus 16 into 13 plus 11 into 14 plus 7 into 15 plus 8 into 16 plus 6 into 17 plus 9 into 18. Great. Divide by 75. Our answer is 14.2. Yeah, I remember this value. 14.2. Great. So that's the mean. 14.2. Next thing is median. Well, median is the middle number, right? So if you have 75 observations, you divide by 2, that should give you 37. I think that's 37.5 or so. Let's see. Yeah, 37.5. So that's basically roughly 38. Okay, you're looking for what 38 is going to be. So you just add them up. This is about 18. 18 plus 16, and that gives us 34. If we add plus 11, we have 45. So we get our, 37, 38th observation right here. And what mark was that? Check 14. So just put it there. 14. That's cool. Mode highest occurring, and that would be, 16 is the highest frequency. But then what value give the 16? And that is our friend here, 13. So 13 occurred 16 times, and that was the highest. So we just put 13 there. All right, cool. Now we have a new table. They want us to use this table to do what, do what we did earlier. They want us to start from 0 all the way to 20 for the first one, and that should be 21. The second one is start from 0 20 and at 40, right? So 20 all the way to 40, that should be 30. So that's 16 plus 14. And then we have 40 to 50, that is just 15. And the last one they did it for us, we thank them very much. 2 marks is gone, great. Now they want us to do what? Based on this, you get the interval width. So from 0 to 20, the width is 20. 20 to 40, the width is 20. 40 to 50, the width is 10. Great. Then they want us to do the frequency density. So we're just going to do frequency density is frequency, okay, over the width or the class. So that's just 21, sorry. 21 divided by 20. That should be 21 by 20, 1.05. Then we have 30 divided by 20, that's 1.5. We have 15 divided by 10, that's 1.5 again. Yeah, we done 3 marks. That is super cool. All right, and then they said that yeah, this is cool. Some students were asked how much time they spent revising for the test. 10 students said they spent this, 12 spent that, and then 10 students spent 4 hours. Now the mean of these students combined with everyone, they had this kind of mean. So find the value of n. Okay, that's cool. So you know that mean is your sum over the number of students in this case. So sum of hours, right? So if 10 students use 2.5 hours each to study, okay, that means that the total hours they spent to study should be 2.5 times 10. Okay, so they spend about 25 hours because 10 students revise for this. Each student is revising for that. Okay, so their combined hours is that. Okay, then 12 students will have a combined hours of 36, and then n students will have 4n. All of this divided by the 10 students, the 12 students, and the n students, and that we can equate it to their combined mean of 3.1. So this should be 25, all right, plus 36, that's 61, plus 4n over 22 plus n. Oh no, it's actually, yeah, n, which is equal to 3.1. So 61 plus 4n equals 3.1 into 22 plus n. So we can have 61 plus 4n equals 3.1 times 22, that is 68.2 plus 3.1n. So you have 4n minus 3.1n equals 68.2 less 61, giving us 0.9n equals 7.2, and must be 8. Okay, so there were n. 8 students actually studied, revised for 4 hours. Okay, great. Now the next thing that we want to do is what question? Okay, we have a question here. Okay, you see, this is what I was talking about. I like it when they tell me the total. It's so good. I don't need to find it. They want me to find the mean. Well, it's cool. Just find your x values from here. So this is 20 because you have 0 plus 40 divided by 2. This should be 60. This should be 200. So that's, wait, yeah, 200. So that should be 100. Isn't that weird? I thought they were increasing by a particular constant. Oh yeah, this is 40. So this should be 140, I believe. Yes, because you add it, that's 280, 140 sure. This is 360, so 180. And then this is 440 divided by 2, that's 220. Yeah, we got it. So the mean, no, let me, in fact, bring this one here. It will be 6 into 20, 10 into 60, 28 into 100, 76 into 140. I have 22 into 180. I have 16 into 220. I'll divide this by the total 158. Now I'll put it on calculator. 6 into 20 plus 10 into 60 plus 8 into 100, 28 into 100, 76 into 140, 22 into 180, 16 into 220 divided by 158. According to the calculator, I get 136.96 blah blah blah. So 3 significant figures should give us this. Cool, right? Yeah, we're good to go. Now they want us to, as you can see, this kind of question, it comes a lot where they let you get a new frequency table, they modify it a little bit for you to work on it. So pay attention to this thing, especially if you're preparing for your exam. Okay. So from 0 to 80, what will be the frequency there? 0 to 80, 0 to 80. This is 0 all the way to 80. That's here. We have a frequency of 16. Okay. Then from where? From 80 to 200. Let's go and check it out. It's from 80 all the way to 200. And that would be 28 plus 76 plus 22. That's 126. That's cool. Okay, you just do this. They give you 2 marks. Interesting. And now they want us to use it to sketch, right? They have even done some for us. Okay, you know what? What we need to do is to get our frequency density. Very important. Okay. So we have 16 divided by 80 because that's the class width. So 16 over 80. 16, 80, 0.2. 126 divided by 200 less 80, 120, right? Sure. So 126 divided by 120 is 1.05. Then we have 16 divided by, this has a gap of 40. 16 by 40, 0.4. So what we're going to do is that, get this small thing, with the important things here, so that we can use it to sketch 0 to 80. And that had a frequency density of 0.2. Then we have 0 to 200, 80 to 200, sorry. That was 1.05, I believe. Yep. 200 to 400, 0.4. Is it 240? And I said 400, 0.4. Cool. Yeah. So now we can squeeze it a little to get more space to work. Whoa, this is long. Okay. Anyways, the first one starts from 0 to 80, and that's 0.2. So 0.2 is here, 0 all the way to 80, which is here. We're good to go. Next one is from 80 to 200, and that should be 1.05. Sure. So now you want to know the value of one tiny box on this. 0.2, okay, you're sharing it among 4 boxes. So you have 0.2 divided by 4, that's 0.05. That's the value of one tiny box on the y-axis. Okay, now we want 1.05. So we have 1 here. So we can trace this in up to 1 here. One tiny box 0.5, so we can just add it right here. And then we connect them. And then we're good to go, okay? We have such a beautiful curve. Blocks, and then we just move on. All right. Now they said that a bag contains 15 potatoes with this mean. A farmer puts 3 potatoes with this mean into the bag. So now I want to find the mean of all, right? Find the total of the first 15. So let's call that sum of 15. If it has a mean of 136, it means approximately each potato is weighing that much. So 15 potatoes will be 15 times what? 136, giving us, let's see, 15 times 136, 2040. Oh, one day we'll be putting down this date in class. How cool is that? 2040. All right, then we have the sum of 3 potatoes, the additional ones. That will be 3 times the mean of 130, and that should be 390, since 3 times 13 is 39. Yeah, cool. So the total, okay, so let's say the sum of 18 would be this guy plus 390, so 2040 plus 390, that is 2430. By then all of us are gone. We're gone for sure. Maybe someone will come and watch this YouTube video, and then we'll find this comment quite hilarious. Sure, one day. Very dark humor, don't mind me. So the mean is actually 2430 over the 18, and that should be 135. Great. Never in your life say that the mean will be 36 plus 130, and then you put the answer down. Never do that. It's not true. Okay, great. Let's move on. Now we have this guy. Feels like it's our last question, right? Yeah, last but one. Okay, so we want to find a mean, and then we will sketch this histogram. Nah, we've done similar question before. Let's work on this. This looks nice. At least has a nice name, Deborah. So this is quite similar to the first one we did. They want us to find the number of trains that was recorded. So they want the various frequencies and then you just add them up. So I'm going to do the first one has this is, I believe this is 2.5. Okay, and then okay, that's it. So I'm going to do, and then this one, how many boxes is given as a 10? 1 2 3, let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 boxes is given as that. So that means that each box is 1. So the first one will have a frequency of 1.10 plus 2 boxes, so that's 12 times 2.5. The second frequency would be this is 20, so let's see, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Cool, 26. So we have 26 times the gap here, though is not 5 but rather 2.5 plus, and then we have this guy, which is just 15, I believe. So 15 and the times the gap here, okay, that's about 5 plus, and then this is 10 times the gap there is also 5 plus. You have this is quite interesting. I think this 2 times its gap of 10, I believe. Yeah, 10. So we can add them up. So we have 12 times 2.5 plus 26 times 2.5 plus 15 times 5 plus 10 times 5 plus 2 times 10, and that's 240. Cool. So that is the number of trains that she recorded. Okay, and now they want you to find the percentage of trains she recorded that arrived more than 10 minutes late. Remember that this is the number of late, so more than 10 minutes means you are interested in this part. Okay, and that's the last two that you worked in this. Okay, so that one, you have 50 plus 20 divided by the total times 100. So you have 70 over 240 times 100, giving you 29.2%. You done? You done? Yep. So these are quite interesting, questions that have been in the past papers, and I felt like, why not? Should give it a try on YouTube for people to also benefit from it. Maybe you will come across similar questions. You might not know how to approach it, but now that we've done it, I'm sure you'll be good to go, right? So I have a plan that whenever I get some spare time, I should do a video on extended maths, because I've done a lot of video on add maths. So yeah, you should look out for new videos on extended maths. Okay. Yeah, I would try and get you a worksheet on vectors. Yeah, I think vectors would be nice because people fear vectors a little, so I'll get you that. Okay, be safe and then keep studying. Okay, bye for now.